a distance of 160 kilometers, this group of Sahaba radiallahu anhum journeyed with Hazrat Nu'man bin Muqarrin radiallahu anhu to give da'wah to this emperor. When they reach the capital, they seek permission to enter by Kisra. Kisra is the title of the Persian emperor. His name was Yazdajird. When they get there, he calls for his translator, and then he asks the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, what brings you all here? What gives you all the guts to come to my land? You all are greedy, despicable people. What do you all want here? If we want, we can crush you and grind you. We just have taken pity on you, and now you muster up the guts to come to my land. SubhanAllah. Prior to that, Hazrat Nu'man radiallahu anhu sought the permission of his companions. That what do you all feel if I be the spokesperson, the mutakallim? If anyone else wants to, I don't mind. Otherwise, if you agree, I would speak on your behalf. Now Hazrat Nu'man, he is now the spokesperson, and he speaks, subhanallah, on behalf of the Muslims, on behalf of the Ummah. He praises Allah, he glorifies Allah, he sends salutations upon Allah's beloved sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and then he remarks that Allah has indeed showered us. The one Allah, the one Lord, had showered us with mercies when he sent to us a messenger to show us all walks of life, all walks of goodness. He commanded and advocated goodness, and he educated us about bad things and how to stay away from all that is bad. And he promised us that if we respond and obey Allah by pleasing Allah, accepting his messengers, and doing good works in this life, that Allah will give us the best of dunya and akhirah. And after we had embraced Islam, our constraintedness was transformed into vastness, meaning we were living miserable lives. We then became happy. The disgraceful lives we had was now transformed into honor. The hostilities and animosities we had towards each other was now transformed to mercy. So through Islam, where we please Allah, where we accept his messenger and follow him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we do good works in this world, and we stay away from bad, every form of bad and harming others, what Allah does for us, Allah gives us mercy, Allah gives us honor, Allah gives us vastness in this world and the next. But then our beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us not to hoard this truth for ourselves, but we are to call all the people towards this, starting with our neighbors and then reaching all of mankind. That's why we want this good for you too, O respected King. We are calling you to come into our deen. Our deen advocates such an amazing, beautiful lifestyle where you would be happy. Our deen exhorts all goodness, and our deen explains what is harmful and teaches us how to abstain from what is wrong and how to change our lives. Our deen transforms those who embrace it from the darknesses of disbelief and from the life of injustice into the light of faith and the justice of Islam. And if you accept our faith, you come into Islam, we will teach you the book of Allah. And we don't want your lands. You will continue ruling your lands. All we want you to do is see the truth and embrace it. So he says, this is what we want for you. If you accept the truth, it will be your success in this world, and you will have happiness in the afterlife, which is forever and ever. This is how Sahaba explained to people, radiyallahu anhum, that we didn't come to harm you. We've come out of being well-wishers to you. Subhanallah. We will leave you to rule, but we want you to accept Allah who created you and the deen Allah wants for humanity. How nicely, how lovingly Sahaba explained. Subhanallah. Amazing is how Haji Abdul Wahab Sahab Rahmatullah alayhi used to say, tell America walo, tell Britain walo, tell everyone in the world, we want salvation for you. We want success for you. It's not your treasures and your wealth that we want. Subhanallah. But then the Sahabi beautifully says, Allahu Akbar, but if you refuse to embrace the truth, then we will protect you, but at a fee. We will charge you the jizya and we will protect you. But there also, subhanallah, the wisdom behind it is when Muslims protect the non-Muslims, in that there would be interaction, transactions, then Islam would be available to the masses, because there would be a presence of Islam. Because the purpose of Islam is it has to stay. Islam is for humanity's salvation. It's not to be hidden from the world. And then his message continues. And if not, we then ready for battle. Oh yes, the Jird was enraged. He went into a fit of rage, and he ranting and raving, shouting and screaming. He says, there wasn't a nation on this earth more wretched than you, lesser in number, more impoverished, more despicable. We left you to other outlying areas, and you would surrender to us. And he was, he lost his cool. But then, after fuming with rage, he then calmed down. And then he said, but if it is need that has brought you here, then we'll give you some clothes, some food, and we'll leave you, and we'll give you a good king that will be kind to you. Then one of the Sahaba explained again that we're not here for these things. We're here for your salvation. But very interesting is how Sahaba would explain, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. On the other hand, the other Sahabi who's going to give da'wah to the army commander, Army General Rustum, that was also very interesting. That Sahabi was none other than Hazrat Rib'i ibn Amir radiyallahu anh. He now, subhanallah, beautiful. Sahaba's dressing was simple. Sahaba's lives were simple. They lived a simple lifestyle. Today, subhanallah, the way the lifestyle of the system of the world is changing. Everything is opulence. Everything must be perfect. Everything. The whole system is changing. So much of fuss concerning the material things of this world. Subhanallah, that our life has to be in debt. That's the trick of the world. So that we must buy new. Once it's a few months old, it's working properly. But no, take a debt, pay it slowly, live in debt, live in misery. It's an agenda being put before us so that we can only think in one way. Allah save us. Imagine that Sahabi Hazrat Uqba bin Nafi', and according to the preferred view, he's a senior tabi'i. He advises his students as he took Islam into North Africa. He says to them, never let anything take you away from Quran, meaning Quran and Sunnah. Whatever shi'r, whatever other faculty, Quran and Sunnah comes first. Number two, he said, never take debts. Meaning, rather wear the older garment, clean it and wear it, drive the older vehicle, but don't buy something with the money we don't have. Today, subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. My father says so beautifully, we want to buy things we don't need with the money we don't have to show people we don't like. And we are just hankering and chasing behind the lifestyle because of the system of self-gratification. That's what we're instilling in our children also. Through the media and the gadgets we make available to them, everything must be instant. Instant coffee, instant tickets, instant booking, instant order. It must come now. Otherwise, the little child is fuming also. Interesting is that hadith of Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, where the beloved of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, before judgment day, even children will have such tempers and rages. And this makes sense why the system of the world is everything must be instant. If the child doesn't get it now and now, he can't tolerate it. How will that child last in that marriage? How will that child face the challenges of life when he doesn't have anymore? Your son, your daughter, my son, my daughter. It doesn't mean that every woman fancy must be granted to them. We're actually ruining their future. We can't be at their every beck and call. What would train them? How to face the challenges of life. Make that child turn to Allah. Help that child perform salah. SubhanAllah, I was reading an amazing report of Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu anhuma. Yes, the hadith does say, advocate and instruct your children at 7 to pray, to perform salah. And at 10, order them by force. Meaning, when we start, when we're supposed to, then happily they'll do it when they're 10. There wouldn't even be a need for that when we follow the correct process. Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu anhu says, when the child recognizes his right from his left, already we would encourage and teach our children salah. So I'm asking my little one, she's 4 years old, which is your right? She shows me a right. Which is your left? She shows me a left. Your right leg, this one. So subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, children, they know.